Hello everybody, my name is Ferdi and I welcome you to the presentation of VicoHome battery cameras, IP cameras, wireless cameras, and I will present you this brand that we have started selling since end of last year. You probably heard of it. I will tell you the benefits. Well, then let's get started, right? Introduction to the battery cameras, the product range, we're going to talk about that, and most importantly is the free storage. I will tell you all about it, how many days, how big is the capacity of the storage of those cameras that you're getting for free, right? Well, some other intelligent functions that's working in the cloud to get your notifications, and other possibilities with the app, right? So let's continue. So here we have one of the cameras with this is the one with the 4 megapixel camera with an active passive infrared sensor, and it can go in hybrid mode. More about that later. And a good way of communications that can wake up the camera. So it's got more than 5,000 milliamp battery. It uses a little bit of battery and can last up to 6 months. Okay, this depends obviously how much the camera is going to be awake. Let's assume that it will wake up 1 time a month, and then you can lease at 6 months. Okay, so reality depending on the situation again. So if you put it in your backyard and there's nobody walking there, you can leave it up to 6 months. It could be useful for your holiday home, for example, if you visit that one once in the 6 months, and you can go to visit to charge your battery camera. So like I discussed before, it has an active passive infrared sensor to activate the camera. So there's no unnecessary activities being shown or waking up the camera to start broadcasting to the application or to the cloud to store the images. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it will avoid windows, that there will be activities outside the windows because of the passive infrared sensor. Again, with mirrors, the same thing. Then take care of changes that are not being caused by people. Well, obviously it works outside in direct sunlight. Also, the camera has a good type of plastic that will not, this is one of the cameras, this is the GC6 if I'm not wrong, right? The plastic does not change colors, okay? Yeah, maybe after 20 years, but then you need to, well, the technology will be more advanced. You need to replace the batteries anyhow. So let's continue. Okay, to take care of direct lights. For example, if a car approaches with high beams, it will mask the light of the cars, right? So it takes care of leaves that are blowing because of the passive infrared sensor, and avoid as well insects and all kind of other movements that you are not interested of. So again, the hybrid schedule for waking up or get your notifications, the standby time, good location, Wi-Fi coverage, configuration. You will get a notification that the battery is low. You will see in the application how much is the percentage of the battery, and what is easy is very easy to set up the camera via the Wi-Fi recorder. You can also do a check for your coverage, and let's see, well, installation check of operations. That's more obviously. Okay, this one is working with the 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, most people will say, hey, why not get a 5 gigahertz camera because it's a new, it's fast, it's good. No, because it has 5 gigahertz or more, or Wi-Fi 6 has a disadvantage for long range. Because of the codec that is being used with cameras, you do not need high-speed Wi-Fi connection. So take advantage of the 2.4 gigahertz connections because it has a longer range than the 5 or the Wi-Fi 6. So this is why most cameras have 2.4. It makes the camera also cheaper to manufacture. There are 5 gigahertz cameras as well, but they will cost a lot more. Works on almost every router. In open field it will be a distance of 40 meters. Be aware of your house or the walls that you have. Is it from metal or wood or whatever material? It can block the signal. So let's talk about the product range and functionalities and the main features. Okay, we have here the product range from left to right. The first one is the camera that I just showed you. The second one is the full 4 megapixel camera, where you can open the housing to change the batteries, and has also a magnetic holder to place the camera very quickly outside to watch your kids in the backyard, for example, or maybe your grandma that needs some extra care. And the last one is with a very big battery and 2 antennas to extend the range of the Wi-Fi signal. Okay, so it's 100% wireless with the battery. Then it has the Wi-Fi connection, battery, passive infrared sensor, full HD, and the one for quad HD. And it's got full color, has the siren option. It has also 2-way audio, and it's suitable for outdoor. Okay. Let's start with the top model that we have. This one has a white LED to bring extra light to the room or outside when it's necessary, or even with an alarm when somebody is trespassing your property. It will flash that there is some activity. Let's see, we'll discuss that. I see I forgot to translate some stuff, I'm sorry. Okay, here you see the camera apart. You can replace the batteries, insert the SD card. Has the audio, a microphone that covers a large area to detect the noises or people talking, obviously. A good quality camera for the price that you can get. And I think up to now I've not seen any wireless camera that has free cloud storage. Remember that one, that's your biggest sales topic, to sell this camera to anybody. Now we talk about this camera that I just showed you, the CG6. Nice, compact. Has not the SD card inside the camera, but at the bottom. And you have also the on and off button and the reset button there. It's the same button with 2 functions. And you can charge it via micro USB cable. This one has more than 5,000 milliamp battery. his big brother with the 4 megapixel sensor, full color, same like the little sister. Then also with the same battery capacity. Then we have the CG7 with the external antennas. It's full HD, has also full color. This one has the biggest battery from all of them, and it can last at least up to 8 months and 15 months on standby. But I guess you will not use the camera when you have it on standby, but you can save it, right? Or store it. And this one will be coming later. Unfortunately, I did not see this one yet. I'm very curiously about this PTZ camera. It looks very nice. And especially if it comes also with the cloud storage, it will be a huge win for us. So also again, the full color. And as this one has the biggest battery and can save also up to 8 months. And nicest thing is it could be connected with a solar panel, so you would never ever have to charge the batteries again, unless you misplace the solar panel, obviously. Okay, let's talk about the free cloud storage that I mentioned before. Okay. Okay. When there is some detection, the storage will go up to the cloud. If you have an SD plugged in, that I always recommend to do, it will record in the cloud and on your SD. For example, whenever somebody cuts the Wi-Fi or cuts your internet, or the internet service provider has an issue, there's no internet coverage, okay, it will still record on the SD card. That's why it's highly recommended to put an SD card. Also, excuse me, when you need to take the footage, it could be very useful to take the SD card out and put it in your computer and download the footage from the SD card. Okay, we talked about the SD card, we talked about the remote. You can also download the recordings from the cloud. You receive the notifications in the application. By the way, you can turn it off as well, because it could be sometimes annoying. Or if you do not turn it off and the first two, after you try the notifications, your phone will show you, hey, you can turn this off or let it sleep for 15 minutes. For example, your kids are entering the house and they're playing a little bit outside, and you think, okay, for 15 minutes I don't want to be disturbed. Okay, you can snooze that for 15 minutes. So like I told you, no Wi-Fi, it will still record. Okay, and coming soon there will be also a hotspot connection when there is a new firmware update. So you don't need to have directly connection via the router or wireless access point and then to your camera, but directly to the camera. So again, detection. So the plan for free is 7 days. Then you have a more advanced basic plan for 15 days. Then you have the plus 30 days, and then you have the pro people that needs to have the 60 days. But for those you need to pay. Here are the prices. I will pause a little bit so you can read it what's relevant for you. Also, the intelligent detections, that doesn't come with the free package. So if you really need to have the intelligence to detect when there is a package delivered or when the cat of the neighbors is walking in your garden again, you need to pay for that one. That one is not free. Okay, let's continue. Okay, intelligence based in the cloud. Well, there is a motion detection, or there is a detection, or if it's the passive infrared, it will trigger the alarm or not. And this is filtered in the cloud. So basically, when the camera is wake up from an event, it will go to the cloud. The cloud will analyze the images, and then will decide if they should notify you, yes or no, or make a recording of it. So it's useful for the false alarms, for moving trees caused by the wind, animals like little bugs or big bugs, lights, reflections, and doors that are slamming open by the wind. Well, what can you filter on? And in this case, the interests are cars, pets, like cats and dogs, video analytics, the analytics are integrated. Okay, we talked about it. Human passages and pets, dogs and cats, not all the pets are recognized. Cars, if they are parked or approach the camera. Then also the parcel deliveries, so it will recognize a package. It can also recognize when a package is removed. So, for example, you leave something outside and you tell your daughter or son to pick it up later when they come back from school or from any occasion. And then it will notify you as well that the package is picked up. Again, all those functions are working via the cloud, and you need to have a subscription for that one that we showed you in the previous page. So the application, let's talk about that one. So you can share easily with the QR code your camera. The way it works with the VicoHome application is that there's one login on one device. So your same credentials cannot be used on another device. If you use it on another device, it will log you out from the other device. So in this case, if you want to share the camera with your family, you need to create another account. They will be also have the option to access the recordings and view your camera, right? Okay, you can view your cameras also via Alexa. Actually, the other day I downloaded Alexa for Windows, so that's an option as well. So you can install the Wild Gadget, or what is it called in Alexa? Let me just check.
You mean the smart assistant?
No, in the smart assistants of Alexa, you need to install a plugin, right? But it has a different name. Okay. Right. If it starts up, I will mention it. Okay. So anyhow, with your Alexa displays, you can also call the camera. Another nice thing is, in the application itself, you have also the option to read all the frequently asked questions and the link to support. And by the way, they're very quickly with answering, usually within 4 hours. I tried that myself last week. So here's some possibilities and application cases. The samples, if there is a car parked, somebody in the home, or the cat walks up, the package delivery. You can use it in the office, you can use it outside. And I think that's also a good place to really use this camera outside in remote locations where you have internet coverage, obviously. But also to take care of your little baby. Anyhow, you will be thinking of some situations. right? So here's some samples that the product team here made to test the camera with their dog and a person walking by. And you will get the notification in the application. And you can see also in the calendar the footage that has been recorded when there was a trigger. Outside, same thing, recognize cars. You will see also at the beside the image, if you have the option to recognize the objects, you will see if it's a human, if it's a car, if it's a dog or a cat, anyhow a pet, or a package that is being delivered. And on YouTube, we have also a nice video about the camera that shows you a little bit more that you can present to your clients. So let me see. Okay, about the Alexa, right? So it is called Skills. So when you want to use your Alexa to view also the cameras, you go to Skills and you search for the skill VicoHome. So I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's this application. The last page is thank you very much for joining this presentation. I'm very happy with you guys that you joined this presentation. It means a lot to me. Anyhow, I think once you have the camera, it's always nice to have or give away as a present, even if you do not like it. But I cannot imagine you do not like it. So I will say, grab your phone, buy this camera for testing. And I wish everybody a nice evening and day and a very good weekend. So if you order today, you might receive it tomorrow, so you can test it all weekend long. Bye and see you next time.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want to know more about our security products, subscribe to the Visiotech channel and activate the notifications to always stay updated on the latest videos.